I'm going to show you how to review computer graphics. Okay, so what does OCR want? They want you to review 3 different types of web graphics. These are a navigation button, a navigation bar, and an advertising banner. Now for each one you have to define what the purpose is, who the target audience is. You'll need to describe the positives and negatives, making sure you give valid reasons, and finally saying if it's suitable and the impact of that graphic for its purpose. So let's start off with a navigation button. This navigation button I've taken off a popular restaurant website. Obviously looking at it, it's clearly for a menu, to show the menu of the restaurant. So you click on this button to go to the menu page to see what food they serve. Now, let's look at this first bullet point. Describe the purpose and target audience. You need to really think about who is the target audience and why is this button on this website. So, I'm going to give you a few moments. In a moment, just click pause on your video and think about the 2. Okay, so how did you do? Thinking about describing the purpose and the target audience, what different types of answers could you have? Well, describing the purpose. The purpose of this particular button is to advertise the menu on the website. It wants people to click on it so it can so they give access to the menu so people can see everything that is on that restaurant. So, purpose, it's there to be clicked on, to advertise the menu and to promote the restaurant. Target audience, who's this particular button aiming for? Well, this restaurant is mostly going to be aimed at adults, so this button is particularly aimed at an adult. There's loads of other different people that it might be targeting, so possibly teenagers for this particular restaurant, and also people who want to go on the website. Now, for the next 2, we're going to look at the other 2 graphics. So, next, a navigation bar. So, on this navigation bar, I've just taken off a popular website, and there are we're going to look at the positives and negatives and giving valid reasons for this particular point. So, let's look at this navigation bar. It looks okay to me, and as you can see, when you move your mouse over it, it changes. So, I'm just going to give you a few moments. Can you pause the video and think about the positives and negatives, giving valid reasons? Okay, so what did you think? I would say a positive reason is how interactive it is. So when you move your mouse over it, it clearly shows which button you want to click on. Also, another positive, maybe it's quite clear, quite simple, you know which buttons where, and you can easily access the website pages via this navigation bar. Now, a negative reason. I would say, personally, I think this is a bit dull. It's a grey with a white text on it, so it doesn't look very exciting. Now, you need to give reasons for these points. So the reason why I think it looks dull and doesn't really interest people, I could say that's because of the colour choices and how it looks, the style of it. Again, with the positives, make sure you give valid reasons. So, by making sure when you move your mouse over, it shows which button you are clicking on. A valid reason would be so it excites the user and other people would want to click on it. Finally, we need to look at the advertising banner. Now we're going to look at the third point here. Is it suitable and what is the impact? So again, pause the video and think about if it's suitable and what is the impact. Okay, so what do you think? Now, deciding whether or not an advert is suitable and if it's effective, or what the impact is is firstly making sure that you have defined the purpose and the target audience well. If you have defined the target audience extremely well, this question is quite easy to answer, because you're basically saying, does this graphic suit the audience that it is wanting to target? And what is the impact? Does it have a good impact to achieve this? Now, I would say this particular advertising banner, let's say for the purpose, is for adults wanting a new mobile phone contract. Now, is it suitable for that? I think it is, because it's very clear. It gives you a clear message on what phone it is, the price, and what you get for your money. What the impact? I think the impact is quite effective. It really shows thought about how it all moves around, how it slides, and the different pop-ups to excite and engage the viewer. So make sure you explain that in detail. So for every single graphic, you need to make sure you answer whether or not the purpose of and target audience. The second one, if positives and negatives, giving good reasons. And the third one, making sure it is suitable and what the impact and / how is it effective. That's how you review computer graphics.